Hello everyone, Dark Kirby 4T here, and welcome to the next edition of Crash Tag Team Racing. I'll be doing another collaboration.
Green Draco 313.
Okay, so like I said before, I went on the vacation, the Impractical Jokers cruise. That was a Christmas gift. I wound up going with me, my aunt, my brother, and a friend of ours. Yeah, we drove from Davenport to New Orleans, and I showed you that picture of outside the Superdome. Like we literally drove by it. I looked over and I was like, "That's the Superdome." I looked over and it's like, "That's the Superdome." I looked over like, "Wow!" I didn't expect it to be right there. Hello? Austin, you there?
I'm here.
Yeah, but yeah, as I was saying before, yeah, I drove by it, and that was kind of like so I drove by it, and and I'm telling you right now, like, we're trying to go in there, it was a long line just to get through the freaking customs and security and whatnot, but that was a line, man, but we eventually got on, and we got into a room. It was kind of small. It was 4 people. They had like 3 beds and like a cot, like one of those pulley beds, like the small cots you can have. So my brother and I had the 2 main beds. Our friend of ours who had the down bed, and then my aunt had the cot. My aunt she'll sleep wherever. It's just kind of her thing.
How hot was it? Like, was it humid in New Orleans?
The second day when we came back, we didn't stay in New Orleans for very long. It wasn't too bad.
Louisiana is the most humid state in the United States.
Florida would disagree with that vehemently. I would disagree with that from living in Florida.
Well, 3 hottest states at least are Arizona, Florida, and New Orleans. Out of just the hot, not just the heat, not humidity, Arizona would be the hottest.
Yeah, very true. But yeah, that was some hot. That was some hot weather. Well, actually, the weather wasn't too bad.
I like cold weather.
Me too. But the weather there during the cruise itself wasn't actually too bad. There was a lot of wind, and that kind of cooled everything off a bit. Anyway,
like the ocean breeze.
Yeah, very true. Anyway, so we get on the boat. We go on the deck. Like the main pool deck area where there's like a stage and whatnot, and all the jokers are out there just taking pictures. And I went up to Murr, like I took a picture with them, and I do this a lot where I just do something without like when I want to ask it, but I just do it. It was just kind of like an impulse thing that I did. I just put my Eagles hat onto Murr's head. And it went kind of over his eyes. He's like, "Whoa, I look like a little kid." And the hat went right over his eyes.
Don't you have a Red Wings hat too?
Somewhere. I don't know where it is.
Okay.
Oh, it's around. I don't like I said, it's around. Anyway, so I got pictures with 3 of them on the deck that day, like very in quick order. I got them all quick order that day. And then later on that day, like this was during the first day. Like later on, I caught Murr again in the hallway. I apologize. He actually thought the moment was pretty funny. Like he actually liked that moment. So, and I got another picture with him. And the coolest thing about it, like the whole cruise, is that all the people that are like that they have like with hosts and whatnot are actually on the boat themselves too, and just roaming around and you can take pictures. It was really cool. That was probably one of the best aspects of the entire cruise.
Okay, so where did you all where did the boat all go around during the
cruise? To Costa Maya. The Gulf of Mexico. We went to Costa Maya. Costa Maya was humid. That place was humid to the mid.
I'm not sure where it could be the hottest place on Earth. Like, could it be like we're all like the Gulf of Mexico, where they're near the equator and it's humid, or
probably. Probably.
On the equator, it happened.
I don't know exactly where the equator is. So that's kind of maybe. But
I've never been down that far south. The farthest I've ever been was I visited the Bahamas once, and when I went there, I had to stop in the airport in Atlanta. That's the only time I've ever been in Eastern Time Zone.
Wow. I think I went to the Bahamas too.
It was
a long time ago.
Mexicans.
Yeah. So that's kind of what we're so that was essentially like the first oh my gosh, there was so much like you know how on a cruise there's a standard buffet, right? Like there's usually one place where that's a buffet.
I've never been on a cruise before, but I've never been on a cruise before. My parents have, so I might go to one someday, but
yeah. Yeah, that was kind of, So there was this, and I do this at other buffets too, where I think we've all done this, but we're just like, we're gonna be responsible. We're gonna keep ourselves controlled and not eat too much. 5 plates later, this was a mistake.
Oh, so what they have there? What they have there? Like, give me all they can.
Like typical stuff you would expect, like cheeseburgers, hot dogs, pasta, French fries. Things that are usually pretty quick to make.
Ribs.
I think some places had ribs, yeah. Not that I remember. I don't remember everything offhand.
I can eat all the grilled baby back ribs and all the fries with all the soda you can eat.
Oh god, yeah, I had some fun with
I need to lose weight anyway. I weigh 220 pounds. And I'm only 5'9" or 10.
Yeah, I've been working on that too, as you know. But yeah, I gotta get back to losing that weight. I probably gained at least 7-8 pounds. Who knows? So I'm probably at around 213 is my guess.
Okay, 213.
That's just a guess.
It's not bigger than you are.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying. So So the first day, I can't say any other names, otherwise this video will get flagged because it won't be deemed advertiser friendly. But the next day we did this thing called Dirty Bingo. And 3 of the categories for the bingo were pretty typical. They're pretty standard. Like one was TV theme songs, celebrity couples, TV show, movie songs. And the other ones were nicknames for certain parts of the body. Like, and I know the comedian who was leading this one, Yamanika Saunders. I'd seen her on TV.
Really?
Yeah,
I never heard of her.
Yeah,
okay.
But she's on comedy. She's on
Bingo reminded me about a joke in Futurama where, have you seen the first Futurama movie, Bender's Big Scores? Well, basically, Hubert Farnsworth said bingo, and an old lady said cheating. Basically, I thought to myself at first, how is there even a way to cheat in bingo? But there's only one way. You have to have the caller rig it.
But yeah, it's also there was also another Joker's punishment where they had Sal just keep repeatedly calling bingo. Like every number that would come up, they would just have him say bingo. Eventually, security escorted him out. It's one of my favorite punishments.
Like in casinos, if you're winning a lot, then they'll be on to you. They'll think you're cheating.
Yeah. I know some people, ironically enough, who count cards.
X-ray specs. If I had X-ray vision, I'd cheat in poker.
But, yeah, but I know some people who can actually count cards. Like, you know how you go to the blackjack table? I know people who can count cards. It's not illegal, but they will throw you out for it. But I don't think he's ever been thrown out because he usually just plays a couple hands. He keeps his winning. His buddies and him had a system. Like, they would do it, but they wouldn't do it when they would get noticed. Like, sometimes if some people are catching on to them, they'd throw a few hands. Like, they basically just, like, they could have, like, a smoke screen. Like, yeah, no. You're not catching me. But that's just how they did it. That was their thing. And it works. I see stuff and everyone's like, wow. No, they don't do it much though anymore. They have kids now. They can't go to the casinos as much anymore. This was back before they had children. They have, I think it was two sons.
You're 21 to go to the casino.
Yeah, yeah. So they're about my age. And so yeah, they have. Huh? How much do
21.
Yeah. So about I'm 27, so about my age.
But what age do you have to be to go to that casino? Is it 18 or 21?
I think it was somewhere. I think it was 18 or 21. But they recently had kids. Their kids are about a year old. Their
Vegas,
kids.
21 to go to the casino. Speaking of Vegas, I'm hoping to take a vacation there myself next year.
Sounds like fun, but I don't know if I'll ever go to Vegas. Honestly, I don't think that's kind of my style.
You should consider going someday. San Antonio, Texas, because the Alamo, the Riverwalk, Six Flags and SeaWorld, and San Diego, California, because the SeaWorld there, the zoo, a lot of fun things to do in those two cities. And speaking of San Diego, since there's some restaurant there that's giving out free tacos for every charge is lost. If I live near San Diego, I don't care. That's a free meal is a free meal.
Yeah. Oh, you know how they lost the Chargers, right? And they lost the Chargers. They only have the Padres. They have an NLL team now. The NLL is finally coming out to the West Coast.
How about that? They also have an AHL team, but San Diego and Oakland, they're building a new stadium for the A's and Padres, but they can't build one for the Chargers and Raiders.
Yeah, that one's I don't understand that one. I saw them like, you could build one for them, but not the other guys. It's like, really? I don't understand. That and the Padres are bad.
Yeah. Oh. Last time the Detroit Tigers won a World Series was against them.
Yeah, 1985. I remember that Goose Gossage wanted to pitch to Kirk Gibson and probably shouldn't have.
It was 84, not 85. The Royals won in 85.
That was the controversial one, right? The one with that controversial playing.
I don't know what happened. Well, let's continue on about your vacation, and we can talk about that later.
Alright, so I kind of spent the first day really just exploring. I spent the first day just exploring the boat, really. Yeah, that was one of the days where I just started to look around. I was like, wow, this because I wanted to know what all there was here. I wanted to kind of look around, see what there was here, kind of just look around, see what there is. It kind of just sample it out. And that was kind of how I spent the first day. Was basically just looking around the boat and just looking around. Right, that's how I spent my first day. Was just looking around the boat.
You make engine laugh. Yes, meet your doom, fool.
What do they have for entertainment? Did they have a swimming pool on the boat?
Yeah, they had some sports play. They had some gyms. They had a basketball court and things, small things. Yeah.
Wish they would have had an arcade room.
They did, but I didn't frequent it.
Kids these days will never understand these old school arcade games. I'm going to the Air Capital Comic Con this Saturday and Sunday.
Austin, you gotta sign off.
Fun in 2015. They had this old Avengers arcade machine that I remember playing at a Chuck E. Cheese back when I was a little kid.
I'm
see.
Too
old for Chuck E. Cheese unless I work there. But
alright, so with that, this has been Dark Kirby 14. See you next time on Crash Tag Team Racing.